Welcome to Community Health Connections. This show is part of KRCB's Health Connections programming, but with a local emphasis. It demonstrates how local people take on the challenge of becoming a healthier community. My name is Oscar Chavez, and I've been a part of Sonoma County's quest to become the healthiest county in the state by the year 2020. This effort recognizes that if you want different results, you have to do things differently. Join me for this continuing series that will look at how we can all be involved in building a healthy community. Coming up, we'll meet some young people who face barriers but are now feeling successful at their first jobs.
It's changed a lot for me. It's helped me mellow out a lot too.
And a teacher who shares the experience of being an immigrant with many of his students. In the first of our Youth Voices segment, we feature a video from students at Windsor High School.
Oh, that's okay.
We'll meet two families who found programs that can help us all be better teachers for our children.
Real life, you just saw real life.
All this and more, starting now on Community Health Connections.
Mrs. Edmond. Mr. Bettman.
Her name was Miss Brown.
Who's the first teacher? Probably the parents.
The parents?
The parents.
Mommy.
Oh, my first teacher by far is my mother.
Okay.
During the first 5 years of a child's life, 85% of the brain is developed. Experience and stimuli received during those years greatly determines how the brain is formed. How the parent or guardian speaks, plays, and emotionally supports the child will make a difference for the rest of their lives.
I want to learn how to be a better parent and how to help my three boys doing great in the school in the future, and to learn how to do the best for my three boys.
I'm not a perfect parent, and I want to learn more. How can I give my kids the best start that I can?
All right. Oh, that's okay.
We are William's advocate. We're Mackenzie's advocate.
Real life. You just saw real life.
And so if they're struggling, I think it's our job to set them up to not struggle.
When you have a kid that doesn't have instruction.
Well, avance means to advance. And that's what we want to do with our parents, to help them advance in their parenthood experience. Our program runs for 3 hours, once a week. And during those 3 hours, the parents have the opportunity to create a toy. They build their own toy. Then they have the parent education hour, and then the third hour is the resource hour.
Buenos días, bienvenidas. Gracias por estar aquí.
Once I teach them, these are the different stages of development of the brain. The parents understand the importance to nurture this stage in ways that can be productive to the child.
I think this program is great because they teach you how to do better parent, and they can teach you how to sound to be ready to preschool.
Swing, swing, and reach.
William is extremely active. He's a fun little boy. Anything where he is moving and using his body, he loves. He wasn't just wiggly in the classroom. He was actually having a hard time processing the information that was coming to him. So whether they were directions to grab his lunchbox and then sit down choose a seat at a table, or put your jacket and hat on and line up, he wasn't able to hear all of those instructions and process them. And I think part of the reason that he was sort of getting into trouble at school or being unfriendly with teachers or other children was because he didn't understand what he needed to be doing. Our dinner time has broadened our expectations. Preschool referred us into a program that I believe is funded by First Five, the Behavioral Consultation Project. And from there, that was a gateway for us to all these other services and resources as a parent for how to just learn to be a better parent and learn to teach our children better or guide them through hard situations.
Directo con el delantal. Iban a poner uno a cada lado y después la bolsa grande, primero tienen que bordar el nombre del niño.
The first day I went to this class, the teacher said, you guys want to do these toys and this? Me? I don't want to do this. And the teacher said, yes, you can do it. And I made this happy face and the sad face. And my son, oh my God, he's loved this toy because it's special, because mommy made it for him. And I made a lot of toys over there.
It's amazing to experience and to observe the growth of self-esteem in our participants. They feel confident, they speak, they ask questions, and they are transmitting this self-confidence and self-esteem to their children.
One, two, three.
Now I have rules in my house. You know this color? I have consequence, and I have a routine. I learn a lot of vocabulary and a lot of stuff. And that one thing I learned in Avance.
Okay, let's go see it.
We both wanted to help William be successful, to give him the tools so that he could be on a level playing field.
You know, to reinforce when they succeed at something that's been difficult for them in the past, and just reinforcement of the things that on their own they do well.
Preschool was extremely helpful in referring us out to this program, but then they also worked hand in hand with us, with our parent educator. It was really as if we had an entire team working with us and working with William, which was a wonderful feeling.
Somebody's here.
The home visit is very nice. I love it because we can get a good connection with the families. You use eye-hand coordination when you try to... Sometimes they don't have anyone coming to their home because they are isolated. Sometimes we are the first one, the first guest.
Orange, blue. Blue is your favorite.
We encourage the parents to teach, colors, numbers, textures, vocabulary. They have to develop a good vocabulary in order to do well in school. And that's the goal for our program.
It was really about just doing the best job as a mother that I could, and my husband as well, the best job that we could as parents. And we thought at that time that we were falling short somewhere. So it's extremely important to have enough people know about this, that we can share that these programs are available. I think they are key to, they were key to working with my son. So it seems to me that there are a lot of parents out there who could use the same thing.
When I had my first son, I didn't know a lot of stuff, and I make mistakes, and now I see the difference when my other sons. For me, they make the difference in my life.
I get very excited about kids and about teaching them, and I would like to teach that to the parents so they can see that the kids are great and they can learn anything, and they can be their teachers, their first teachers, the most important teachers.
All I want you to do is you're gonna look at me and you're gonna repeat after me, and whatever I do, you have to do. Got it? Starting now. Hello. Hello. Okay, just checking.
My name is Lawrence Tan, and I am a 5th grade elementary school teacher.
The 9 planets.
The 9 planets.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and
My teaching is definitely informed by my experiences as an immigrant. Going to kindergarten, I knew Tagalog, which is Philippine language, and I remember that first day I went and knowing that everyone spoke English, and I was very shy, and I didn't think I fit in.
Talk to your neighbor real quick about a couple other inventions.
Once you're in my class, you become part of my family, my constructed sense of family, and I think that type of mentality is what shaped my teaching.
Oh, sorry.
I was pre-med, I was gonna be a doctor. And I honestly had a dream, and in my dream I was a teacher. I was having peace of mind, I was enjoying what I was doing, and I woke up with that epiphany, that sense like, this is it, this is what I need to do.
The first 4 planets around our sun. And we like, around our sun, get that?
I liked when he does fun projects with us, but I don't really like from him when he acts too strict with us. We know that he's supposed to be doing that because if he just lets us have fun, then we're not gonna really learn nothing.
In the grand scheme of things, maybe some of you will run out of time. If you wait Sunday, if you wait Saturday, if that's your style, fine. But if your style crashes and burns, meaning you come in and you have nothing, then how can you improve just by that alone? How can you improve?
The kids that I work with, generally speaking, have been, that have a lot of situations in history where they have moments of people giving up on them, and I don't want to be added to that list.
Come on. Take out your homework.
Realizing that what I do matters, it helps me continue to go forward. This is my revolutionary duty. This is how it's going to change by affecting the youth and the youth affecting other youth. Teaching is not a job to me. It's something I live.
A growing number of communities have started language immersion programs that use a foreign language to not only teach academic subjects, but also to teach appreciation for other cultures.
Immersion is teaching subject areas through second language. Children learn science and social studies, PE, music, math, all of that is taught in Chinese. I always joke that basically for like the first couple of weeks, I'm talking to myself.
Alex， 唔該你隔離啊。不過嗰時Alex 攞埋你個書包喎，攞埋你啲書包，攞埋你啲食物，攞晒嚟。係啦，嗰啲係咪你㗎？呢袋咧係咪你㗎？呢個係咪你㗎？係咪啊？係咪你㗎？
It usually takes them about a month or two before they actually start to understand.
或者我放埋呢個先，書包放喺呢度。
It takes a few years, sometimes to like the 4th or 5th grade, before they're caught up with their peers in an English-only classroom, and then generally they will surpass their peers. But it does take time, and you have to really believe.
小朋友早晨，你哋可唔可以同我講早晨啊？你哋話周先生早晨。周先生早。哇！小朋友你做得非常之好喎。
Eventually, at the end of an immersion program, not only will the child have learned all of the concepts that English-only child has learned in his or her classroom, he or she also will have the benefit of learning, having a second language.
这是是不是有什么？多少？多少？119。好耶！120。Hi。哦。笑語型，唔係，梗係咁個笑語型，然後你要擺。我的名字是徐正昌，正昌。
我的名字叫季宇。And my English name is Jay. 为什么还不说话？我现在也要特别谢谢大家接待朋友，用他们的时间，用他们的家来接待。 你为什么还不说话？
Next, students from Windsor High School tell us what it is about their schools that makes them feel engaged, included, and less likely to drop out.
Right now, most schools consist of 7 to 8 daily classes with 10 to 30 people in each classroom. Being a high school student in this type of setting tends to leave students unfocused because they have no interest in their general classes. Overwhelmed by the stack of homework from 7 classes each day, feeling alone and unimportant among the sea of other students. The dropout rates for Sonoma County is 21.7%, and the overall rate in California is 21.5%. What would make the students more interested in staying in school?
The core system at Windsor High School is a unique high school setup. Here, we've divided the 4-year experience into 2 2-year segments. So we have 9th and 10th graders together sharing a group of teachers, 3 of them, English, history, and science. We call them cores.
My name is Sadiq Sufi, and I represent the core of humanities. What I like about the core system is I get to see the same group of people every other day.
I'm Tyler Lewis, and I'm recently new at Windsor High School. I came from a school located in Texas. We are a digital core. We focus on the digital aspects of things.
You go into 11th grade, you're going to go into another 2-year experience. And this time, you're picking a focus area, one of 7 career pathways that you are going to opt for.
Oh, I think when students see their passion for a particular topic, and by the time they're 15 or 16 years old, they have a general sense how they're inclined to move in one direction or another. They see themselves as adults.
And what's cool about the focus areas too is that everybody gets to choose their own focus area. So somebody can choose a class that they're interested in, and when they come to school, they know that they're going to be excited to go to a class that they actually got to choose.
It's a small learning community, it's a family, there's ownership.
We all know everything about each other.
I think that a core system makes for a better learning environment because it's like there's more sense of like a community inside your classes, and like you get to know everybody.
The academy model, the core structure, has been around now in selected high schools around the country for quite some time, and there's been considerable evidence that students are more engaged in instruction, they stay in school longer, they graduate, and they have a sense of satisfaction with the work that they do.
Windsor High School's dropout rates for the past 5 years is at an average of 3%, a huge drop from Sonoma's entire dropout rate, which is 21.7%. If more schools created a core system that focused more on students' interests and goals, then the students would have a greater chance of graduating.
And what about the many students who fall through the cracks due to disadvantaged circumstances? These young people finally get the attention they deserve when several organizations come together to create opportunities to help them succeed.
I was a week before my 8th birthday when my dad passed away. After that, my mom started consuming drugs, drinking alcohol, being aggressive towards us. I was taken away from my mom first time for child abuse. I was physically beaten. My mother's family sexually harassed, beaten, everything. So I became depressed, and my hopes were coming down once my foster mom said, "You know that one of the job links is hiring right now." They actually kind of created my pathway. I think if I wouldn't got that first job when I was 14, I would probably be somewhere consuming drugs, alcohol, probably had a baby, probably even killing myself because of all the things that happened through my childhood.
The home life was just, it wasn't even healthy enough for me to even be there. I was in a little bit of a rut, and I didn't have a job, and my parents were moving, and I didn't want to leave Petaluma or this area at all. So I ended up doing my own thing. And then I found this program. And they helped me out, so I found hope.
YouthLink is for youth 14 to 24. We're best suited to help the kids that without our help might fall through the cracks. And that really is a long list, and it could be anything from a diagnosed learning disability to having grown up in poverty, having been associated with the juvenile justice system, having had a child already, being pregnant or parenting. There's really a wide variety of reasons why a youth would benefit specifically from a program that really helps them and bolsters them and supports them and takes a look at their whole life.
It's a consortium in partnership with 4 other nonprofit youth service organizations here in Sonoma County. And SAY is lucky enough to be the lead of that consortium.
In Roanoke Park, we have Sonoma County Adult and Youth Development. We also have West County Community Services, the Center for Social and Environmental Stewardship, and Petaluma People Services. And all of us were providing the youth education and employment piece. A lot of the young people move, or they're homeless, or they go to school at the SRJC, but they live in Petaluma. So these 5 agencies got together and said, okay, well, we need to make this streamlined for every young person in the county. They can go to Petaluma, they can go to Cotati, they can come to Santa Rosa and get the same services everywhere.
Many of the youth that we work with through our YouthLink program, it's their first time that they've had a job. We partner with the Sonoma County Youth Ecology Corps. In so doing, we're able to support young people in their work experience as well as education needs to get them where they need to go. It really is an opportunity to chart the course for today, but far into the future for these young people and where they're going.
This summer will be our 5th summer working with kids, bringing them in together on work crews, matching them up with environmental work that needs to be done around Sonoma County, and having them earn paychecks. But much more importantly, they earn self-respect.
Started working. A week later, I became the assistant crew leader, and I got really more excited because I was 14 years old. This was my first job ever. From there, I got really focused on just going to the job links, trying to get jobs, trying to use all their services because I wanted to become different. I wanted to become something, and I'm trying to become somebody, not nothing.
I'm out here doing environmental work and helping out, taking down this grass, or the blackberries overtaking other native species and stuff like that. Like learning all these little things too is really awesome. It's changed a lot for me. Like it's helped me like mellow out a lot too, and like everything. Like I have something to do now.
Working with the summer with all the different youth, I got a feel up about like how it was going to be working with diverse people coming from all different backgrounds, and I felt like it just really prepared me for the workplace in the future. And since I've been in the program, I got a job through SAY at a restaurant called Parkside. My crew leader actually knew that I was already in a culinary program, and she heard about a job at Parkside Cafe. She referred me there, and she went with me to my first interview. I wasn't expecting.
Doing work in the field, making sure you show up on time, non-native species, wearing your uniform, being a good team player, is one part of the impact or the outcome that's being provided. The other part is in the classroom.
We do resume writing workshops, cover letter workshops, interview preparation. We also provide tackling tough skills workshops, and those go over things like respect, communication, workplace demeanor, different ways to talk to your coworkers.
At the Boys and Girls Club, I started a reading program because the children there couldn't read the instructions. And I told my friend, will you help me? And I realized that I don't really take people's help very well, but one of the workshops here was about what can we change in our work style, and I got a lot of advice.
So many of our young people today, their sense of future can be limited because there's certain barriers to their dreams that they feel they can't reach. And we want to make sure that we do everything we can to tear down those barriers or build bridges over them.
If I were to dream about the best possible outcome for having come together as a group of nonprofit leaders to say we want to run YouthLink as a program together as a collaborative, to have collective impact, that really means let's do more and better work for these kids because we came together and didn't stay separate.
Really the biggest thing that I hope that any of our departments can show young people and families is that they can overcome. And this is temporary. Whatever it is, whatever situations they may be, that with the right support, it's possible for them to be the person they want to be, is to keep that image like in their mind and really know that they can do it. You will be the person that you want to be.